Pace is currently up on the Milton Panthers 14-0 as the two teams go to halftime.
All right, they're taking a break. We'll take a break. We'll be right back. You're listening to Pace Patriot Football. Current score 14-0 at the end of the second quarter. So the varsity will have a shot here next. Looks like the varsity players are going to get warmed up a little bit, and the coaches are going to talk to their JV players. If you happen to be one of our fans listening to us abroad around the world, perhaps the country, our men and women in uniform, just let us know, and we appreciate your service and, of course, listening to us here at Pace Patriot Football. We'll be right back. And good evening, Pace Patriot fans. We are live here at Milton High School, Haywood Hanna Panther Stadium, Hurley Manning Field on the corner of Byram Street and Raymond Hobb Street for the annual Spring Classic, the mighty Milton Panthers, and of course, those cardiac kids from Norris Road. It's going to be explosive, and of course, we already had the first half. The JV squad of Pace High School defeated the Milton JV squad at a score of 14-0. And so, what do you expect to see here in the varsity action, Brad?
It'll be a very exciting half of football between these two varsity teams. Obviously, we talked a lot last week during the red, white, and blue game about Nick Simmons. Saw a little bit of him with a rushing and passing touchdown in that game. Also, the return of Tylon Lee, Jackson Ward, Nash Pyers, Nathaniel Lyons Jr., Derwin Jones, and most importantly, Ben Tyner. This Pace varsity team is loaded with lots of young talent, and they did lose a lot of great seniors, headlined by Jason Alford, Andrew Fenley, and Nick Stiles, among others. But if anyone has a depth to replace those seniors, it's definitely the Pace Patriots.
Yeah, absolutely. Loaded with sophomores, so promising few years coming, and from what I understand, definitely some talent in the younger schools, the middle school and ranks coming up. So it looks like Pace is just going to do nothing but reload as the years go by. So one thing, it's been a long time since Santa Rosa County has produced a football state championship, and we've had some close calls. We really have, especially in the last 20 years. Both Milton and Pace, even Navarre has had a few shots at a state championship, but no one has won one since the 78, 79 back-to-backs that Milton won, and I think it's about time. And if you really wanted to make a guess, who might be the next one, Pace is a really strong candidate for bringing home one of those championships with the roster they have, how young they are, how they played last year. And even though we lost to Gainesville Buchholz, they had an incredible team, a quarterback that was a D1 prospect all the way. I believe he was going to Mississippi State, and you can chalk that up to experience. And I think that in the end, these sophomores and some of the juniors that were sophomores last year, they're going to benefit from that in the long run.
Absolutely. Yeah, no, you're totally right on that. And obviously, we saw in the first half of today's game, the JV sides of both teams saw very encouraging signs and lots of promise from this Pace Patriots team. Despite being on the JV team, Billy Dunn and Joey Galito both split time, both played extremely well. In the second quarter, we saw both of our scores. Tag Strickenberger with an excellent 65-yard touchdown run across the left part of the field. Later, about just 90 seconds after, number 53 linebacker Kendall Caven with a pick six on Milton quarterback Harrison Stewart to make it a 14-0 game. And like you said, Pace, very deep team, and it will be exciting to see how the duo of Nick Simmons and Ben Tyner acts tonight. Obviously, that was a huge duo last season that contributed to the Patriots' dominant rushing attack, where they recorded over 2,500 rushing yards as a team. So it will be definitely interesting to see what they do tonight and how much of the playbook Kent Smith is willing to show.
All right, so both teams, the Milton Panthers and the Pace Patriots, going through last minute walkthroughs with their first offenses and defenses. And so I think you can't ask for a better night. Look at that sunset, the orange goldish color setting over the horizon towards the west. And I don't think it's going to get rainy tonight. I think it's going to be nice.
And as for Milton, we did see a lot of Caden Barnes at the running back position, kind of replacing the void left last season. But regardless of that, they do have a little bit of questions at the quarterback position. Kelly Gillis decided to sub out Harrison Stewart after his pick six and decided to put in Emory Williams at the quarterback position. We will probably see both of them play in the second half of action, maybe split between both. Both have been warming up on the field over the last 12 minutes. But regardless, we will see this Panthers offense for the first time at the varsity level.
Speaking of Emory Williams, went down and played in the spring game for Miami this year. I didn't even think that. I didn't realize that was a thing that you could play for. You could enroll early and play in the spring game, but he did that, and apparently he I don't know if he's fighting for the position or not, but I know that he did see some action in the spring game for the Miami Hurricanes. I saw that online. Congratulations to Emory Williams. Raymond Cottrell, the big name receiver. I think he was originally, if I correct me if I'm wrong, he was heading towards Georgia and then decided to head out towards Texas A&M, and that's where he currently is. And so I wish him the best as well. I'm not sure what he did in the spring game for at College Station out there, but he's probably going to make moves as well and do really well.
And Cottrell last season during Pace's Battle of the Bronze victory over Milton on October 28th, Cottrell was amazing. For whatever reason, Emory Williams did not start at quarterback because of a sickness, according to head coach Kenny Gillis at the time. And obviously, Cottrell filled that void to perfection. Did most of his damage as a runner, which makes sense as a former receiver and running back, but still had a couple of touchdown passes in that game, just showing his versatility that made him a D1 college prospect.
All right. Looks like the Pace Patriots have already vacated the field for their warm-up. They're waiting for the Panthers to go through final instructions from Coach Kelly Gillis. And we'll be underway here in just a moment. Not sure who'll go first though on offense. If there was a coin toss or not, or maybe we'll pick up where we left off in the first half. I believe it was Pace that was driving, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Pace started the JV half off with the ball. And if any of the viewers out there listening did miss the first half of tonight's game, it is available to be rewatched for free on YouTube at the channel The Pace High School. Feel free to check that out after finishing watching this stream of the second half of action between tonight's game between Pace and Milton.
All right, looks like Pace will be on defense first, so we're going to get to see what the Milton offense is going to look like here, a sneak peek, the post-Emory Williams and Raymond Cottrell era, if you will. Some impressive-looking offensive linemen trotting out to the line of scrimmage for Milton, though. Good size that offensive line coach Jason Summers is working with. Milton's going to come out with two receivers lined up on each side. That's the doubles, as we call it, shotgun formation. Quarterback, sorry I don't have a roster complete here, but quarterback's going to get the snap, and he's going to throw it down to the left side. Receiver's got a little bit of running room, and he will pick up a first down or be close to it. He's pushed out of bounds near the 35-yard line, Brad.
And a huge hit on number 23, Braden Gates of Pace. Tried to make the tackle there on the wide receiver, but was absolutely blown up on the play. But no harm, no foul, no injury. And obviously, definitely a different change of pace and play style from this quarterback. Hopefully we'll get his name soon, but already attacking the ball on the perimeters of the field.
All right, it's going to bring up second down and inches for Milton. Ball just in front of the 35-yard line. Quarterback's going to get the snap, shotgun formation, roll around the right side. He's got a receiver wide open, and it's going to be broken up by the Pace Patriots. Number 4 for Pace, defensive back, is going to make a huge stop and bat that one down. And he not only that, he threw the Milton receiver to the ground as well.
Excellent play by Derwin Jones, as you mentioned, number 4 at the cornerback position. Excellent job of being able to read where the quarterback was heading, but not be able to come up too far to leave his receiver open.
So third down and inches, and interesting to see if Pace can get a stop for a loss here, perhaps. Maybe give him good field position. Here's the...
Looks like a blitz by the Patriots. Going to take the snap, going to hand up the middle, and he will be stuffed behind the first down marker and behind the line of scrimmage, as a matter of fact, and it will be fourth down and about 4 for the Milton Panthers. It'll be interesting to see if they go for it at the start of the second half.
And you called that right. Milton decided to run the ball to the left side of the field, and on that side of the field, of course, Pace lined up with a blitz package. Perfect. I don't know if that was by coincidence or by design or just by good luck. And, of course, either way, Milton, of course, is going to punt the ball with that, because what was third down and inches is now fourth down and about 3 yards, maybe 4. And so they're actually going to punt it, Brad.
Actually punting, yep. 2 players only punting it for Milton, the punter and the long snapper. Going to snap it, and the punter will punt it with no pressure. Punt it. Nice guy end-around kick. and it will be caught by Nathaniel Lyons, number 5 cornerback, at about the 41-yard line of Pace. Interesting way they did that, isn't it?
Yeah, I've never seen that before.
Mhm.
Now, wouldn't that be interesting if the refs said that's all they can play, and then we're going to have a tackle situation here with 4 people on the field?
And you're 2 guys on our 2 guys, I guess. But as the
think-
Pace offense does come back out onto the field, first time under Nick Simmons, Ben Tyner, and Zachary Widener among the offensive line. And don't forget tight end Joseph Skipworth as well, as Skipworth is lined on the right side. Widener in motion, Simmons going to fake the hit off the Tyner, going to run up the middle, going to make a couple of jukes, and get to about the 45-yard line for a gain of 4 yards.
Wow, and you can just see Simmons, just the confidence in him as he came out, trotting on the field. And as a fan of Pace Patriot football, as a fan, you really kind of feel relaxed with the fact that he's there. Now, last year, being a new quarterback, we didn't really know what to make of in the beginning, but knowing what he can do and the capabilities of Nick Simmons, definitely feel pretty good having him there as the field general this year.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, and I mean, last season in his first year, 926 rushing yards, 22 rushing touchdowns. Definitely has the capabilities of being a top runner in the 4S District 1 Conference. As Ben Tyner will take the carry from Simmons, will get to about the 50-yard line on a dive, which will be about a gain of 6 and enough for a first down.
Wow, Ben Tyner was one shoelace away from heading towards Bo Singletary Field. And that's going to bring up they gave the first down. It was close. But first down, ball sitting right on the 50-yard line. And so like what I see from this Pace Patriot offense so far, getting the ball moving for sure.
Simmons looks over to the sideline for the offensive play call by Kent Smith. Will break the huddle. Skipworth and Widener on the left side before a timeout is called, the first of the half, with 9 minutes and 39 seconds left in the third quarter.
Not sure the call. It looks like maybe an injury timeout. Yeah, it looks like an injury timeout. One of the Milton players is shooken up on the field on his knee. I'm not sure we don't have a number yet, but it looks like Chuck Willis and the staff are heading over to see if they can help the young man out. And it looks like he is still down but on a knee, and so maybe he'll get up on his own power in just a few moments. But that's giving, of course, Kent Smith the chance to talk to his Patriots and maybe put together a play here. I was pretty impressed with the explosiveness of Ben Tyner there on that running play around the right side. And nice hole opening up. Coach Vance Smith, who's the son of Ken Smith, who's the head coach, definitely doing a wonderful job coaching up that offensive line. Vance was also a very talented player in his day as well. He played for Auburn University and it was a standout at Pace High School as well. And so Milton, the Pace Patriots are in good hands as far as coaching, and it shows tonight the way they're getting off the ball there in this early spring campaign. So here come the Patriots. It looks like the injured player has made his way off the field, and so Pace is going to come out.
They'll have Skipworth and Widener on the left side of the field. Widener in motion, Tyner in the backfield. Hand off to Widener on the end around. Widener will make a couple moves upfield across the right sideline and will be tackled at about the 46-yard line.
So a small game to play. We'll call it 2. Second down and 8 for the Pace Patriots. 9 minutes and 13 seconds left here in the third quarter of action, we'll call it. Varsity playing a half, JV playing a half. Patriots choosing to huddle up tonight, which is interesting. And we're going to have 2 receivers lined on the left. Simmons is going to get the snap. He's going to keep it after the fake to Widener. He's got a little runner. He's at the 20, the 30, the 20, the 10. Touchdown, Ben Simmons. And just like that, a 48-yard scamper to the end zone. And that's why he's dangerous, ladies and gentlemen, as a dual-threat quarterback, Brad. My goodness. If that's a taste of what the fall is going to be like, it's going to be exciting times for the Cardiac kids from Norris Road.
And stop me if you heard this one, but another touchdown run by Nick Simmons. And it's just the spring, but it's already his second in these 2 games in the spring campaign. But like you said, what a difference the offseason can make. His explosiveness, his speed, his strength, and his agility, all showing on that touchdown scamper right there, being able to evade those Milton defenders. And for the Pace faithful, just an encouraging sign to see of what Pace has in store this fall. As they'll attempt the extra point, will be a kick by number 37, and it's way through the uprights and good. Excellent kick by number 37, Caleb Nelson, and that will make it a 7-0 score with 8:43 left in the third quarter.
Well, I got to tell you, Brad, that whole drive by Pace, that was just impressive. Everything they did was explosive and definitely polished for a spring game. And wow.
And we saw a lot on those plays where Nick Simmons would have Zachary Widener come to the line of scrimmage, and fake the end around, and then run up the middle himself. Sometimes hand it off to Widener on the end around, and that misdirection really does work its wonders and its magic, as shown on the last touchdown drive. Milton will come back on offense for their second offensive drive of the game. Pace running a 2-high safety set with press corners. 4 receivers, 3 to the left for Milton. Running back in the backfield with number 7 at quarterback, and hand it off to number 22, Drake Densman. Will run up the field, will take a hard hit on number 5, Nathaniel Lyons Jr., but not before he gets to about the 36-yard line, where it will be a first down for the Panthers.
Milton coming out, an explosive play on the right side, so maybe they have ideas of scoring too. Ball's officially spotted at the 36-yard line of Milton. Milton heading towards that north end zone, towards Raymond Hobbs Street. And with that, it's going to bring up 1st and 10, of course. Milton comes out. 3 receivers line up on the left side, 1 on the right, shotgun formation. Running back on the right side of the quarterback. Here up. And looks like somebody got a little antsy on the line of scrimmage. I wasn't focusing on the line, but it's going to be false start against the Panthers. So that's going to back up Milton. See Kelly Gillis, the head coach, not happy to see that. Again, it is the spring, though, so this is the time to make those mistakes and learn. They got new positions, new people playing that maybe didn't start last year. So it's going to be first down and 15 after the penalty.
Tate Williams in the backfield, under center, 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right, making calls to his offensive line as Pace shows blitz, backs off. Williams will drop back, take the snap, going to throw deep down the field, and it will be incomplete. Was intended for number 10, Ricky Lewis on the play, but defended well by Nathaniel Lyons Jr.
We're sitting over here on the Milton sideline, and the crowd going nuts, wanting a pass interference call, Tate Williams' pass. And, I think that from my vantage point, it looked like Lyons was just right in his back pocket, but not doing anything illegal there. And so I think it was a clean play.
Was a clean play, and Nathaniel Lyons has been targeted a lot this year. Not this year, but a lot this game, and a lot of it has been a little surprising as he was one of Pace's top cornerbacks this past season. But regardless, same formation for the Panthers, 3 to the left, 1 to the right for Williams. Before a flag is called, looks like a false start on the Panthers. And a delay of game, actually, matter of fact. Milton will move back 5 yards as Williams will look to get the offense cool and composed on this next play. 7 minutes and 40 seconds left in the third quarter. Currently in the backfield with Tate Williams is number 32, Aiden Duggan. Doubles to the left and right. Number 4 in motion. Going to roll out to the right. Williams going to throw a quick pass to number 1 before he is tackled at about the 27-yard line.
So Milton trying to run an inside little bubble screen there, and it's going to go nowhere. The Pace defensive line, and of course the second level linebackers able to sniff that out. So that's going to bring up 3rd down and Publix forever for the Milton Panthers. 3rd down and 20, we'll call it. All the way back from their own 26-yard line. 7-7 left. 7 minutes and 7 seconds left here in the third quarter of play. Tate Williams with the snap. He's going to look over towards his left. He's got a host to make this fumble.
In a second, it looks like a fumble, as Wes pointed out, but before it is pounced on by number 77 of Milton, Hunter Herman.
So it looked like Tate Williams, he was looking over his left shoulder. There were 3 receivers lined up, and he was looking to see through his progression. And he was about to pull the trigger when he was surrounded by a host of Patriots. And so just like that, Milton will punt the ball in this very interesting method here. We have 4 players literally on the field right now. And so here's the snap. Never seen this before in high school football. Nice punt there. And it'll be fielded by the Pace Patriots. Nash Pyre's there, and they'll say he was down officially at the 39-yard, actually the 40-yard line. So.
And on that third down fumble that Pace did force but was unable to recover, the main guy there, number 6, Kylon Lee, who we've talked a lot about over the course of last season and early on this season, just an absolute force on the defensive end of the field, along with number 42, Jackson Ward, forming one of the best linebacker 1-2 punches in the state of Florida. Simmons will bring his offense back out onto the field for their second offensive drive of the third quarter, as Simmons will take the snap, going to hand it off to Ben Tyner, fake the pass, and will run to about the 44-yard line. We'll set up 2nd and 6.
All right, so 7-0 right now. We're just counting the varsity half. We scored earlier in the quarter here. 5 minutes to go. 5:55 left here in the third quarter of action. So Ben Tyner with about a 4-yard carry there, and so that's bring up 2nd down and 6, as you said. And the Pace Patriots come out, bunch set.
Going to put Jaquavian Moore in motion. Regardless, going to hand it off to Tyner. Tyner going to make a couple jukes to be able to mitigate the loss of about just 1 yard. Beforehand, looked like they were about to lose 3 on the play, but Tyner able to get back to about the 44-yard line. Will bring up 3rd and 7.
And Tyner, he's interesting to watch run. If you see him live, folks, he doesn't look like he's moving fast, but he is. He's one of those types of runners that's sort of deceiving a little bit. And when he turns it on and gets upfield north-south, he definitely can get away from you in a heartbeat. 3rd down, though, and 6 for the Patriots. Here's the snap. Simmons is going to back up to pass. He finds no one open. He's going to decide to throw it across the field to Tyner. He's got it on the drag route, and, of course, he's going to finally be tackled across midfield at the 25-yard line. Wow, what maturity, what growth by Simmons. Last year he probably would have tucked that and ran it. And he picked up 5 or 6.
I'll tell you what, you're exactly right. In the game against Bucholz, we saw plenty of instances of that where Simmons, didn't see any reads that he liked, maybe reads that even were open, but he just chose to run it when he could have had a much greater gain through the pass. But once again, the maturity by Nick Simmons and the growth is just something that needs to be marveled at. Simmons will take the snap, going to fake it to Tyner, going to run up the middle, will be stopped after a gain of 3 to the Milton Panthers 34-yard line.
And the Pace Patriot offense almost beat the chain gang to getting set. That's how quickly they're snapping off these plays. And that's they were no huddle, but now they're huddling. They were huddling. Now they're no huddling and getting the play from the sideline. So Pace showing the ability to do both, traditional huddle and vice versa. And so Pace breaks the line, the huddle, and same formation, sort of a bunch set, puts Lions in motion, and Simmons is going to get the snap. He's going to go upfield. He's got a little bit of running room. He's going to be in the second level, finally stopped by one safety who brings Simmons down in the neighborhood of the 17-yard line, picks up the 1st down and more. 3:40 left, folks, here in the third quarter of action. 7-0. Patriots on top. You could call it 21-0 if you wanted, if you count the JV score, but 7-0, and clock continuing to run as that was a running play, and so Pace would probably like to put some points on the board before the third quarter is out. Same formation. Here's the snap from Simmons. He's going to hand off to Tyner up the middle, and Tyner trips a little bit but moves forward. He gets some positive yards, brought down at about the 14-yard line. Looks like they're going to give him a couple yards on that from the initial contact. So we'll say it's going to be 2nd down, from the 14-yard line. 2nd down and we'll call it 7, Brad.
Widener does check back into the huddle after Nathaniel Lyons goes into the sideline. One receiver to the left, one receiver to the right. They have Widener in motion. Gonna fake it to Tyner, gonna hand it to Widener on the end around. Widener gonna make a couple jukes, and he's gonna reach for the end zone, and it looks like he's gonna be just short
I
of
thought
it.
he was in, but yeah.
From our vantage point, it looked like Widener was across the plane, but it looks like they'll mark him just short at about the half yard line.
Wow, I thought he was in. But that we're at a different angle than the refs are. 2 minutes and 30 seconds left, folks, here in the third quarter. 7-0, and it looks like Pace is knocking on the door. And with the handoff, I bet they're going to give it to Tyner up the middle here. It'll be
Simmons going to break the huddle, just going to run up straight up the middle, and it looks like he's in for the touchdown. Nick Simmons, second rushing touchdown of the half, end of the third quarter, in 2 possessions for the Patriots. And now it is a 13-0 lead for the Patriots as they get set for their second extra point.
no problem for the Pace offensive line. And so, just like that, it's 13-0, pending the extra point here.
Caleb Nelson, 1-on-1 of extra points thus far. It looks like a timeout was just called by the referees. 2 minutes and 15 seconds left in the third quarter.
There might be an injured player on the field because Chucky Willis is running out there. And, yep, looks like number 6 is limping off the field. Not sure who that is.
Yep, number 6, Ricky Lewis, the senior quarterback, will come out of the game. Snap good. Simmons will hold. Nelson will kick it, and it bounces off the upright and no good. Once again, I apologize for the jinx earlier that I had. The announcer jinx is real, let me assure you. Regardless, Pace will have a 13-0 lead in the varsity half.
Well, I'm sure Reese Griffin won't be heading out to Mercer in Georgia for a few weeks. Maybe he can get some lessons from him before he heads out.
Oh, man, absolutely. If you want to get kicking lessons from anybody, get it from Reese Griffith, one of the best in the business. Was 35 of 36 on field goal attempts last season, including one clutch one against Buchholz in their playoff game. Obviously will be missed here along with the rest of the graduating seniors.
Do you know what division or what conference does Mercer play? They're D1 though, right?
I believe Mercer is D1.
Milton coming to the line of scrimmage. 2 receivers line up on the left side, 1 on the right. Tate Williams is going to put the inside receiver in motion, and it's going to be all for naught. Big loss for the Panthers to the tune of about 5 yards. It's going to bring up 2nd down and 15. The receiver who Tate put in motion was handed the ball off, and he was unable to get forward at all, and they're going to say he was tackled at the 20-yard line. So just like that, it's going to bring up 2nd down and 15 for the Milton Panthers from their own 20-yard line. 1:46 left here, folks, in the third quarter of action. Things couldn't be going better for the Pace Patriot defense or offense. The Cardiac Kids from Norris Road getting the work done tonight.
2 receivers to the left, 2 to the right. Williams looks to the right, going to throw a dangerous pass, but is caught by number 1, Brian Reeves, the junior.
All right, Nathaniel Lyons able to get the receiver out of bounds after a pretty impressive pickup. So that's going to bring up, given this the field position, but 3rd down now, and we'll call it 7 for the Milton Panthers. So probably a passing situation here, Brad. Down 6 points. Actually down 13 points. The scoreboard hasn't been updated yet, but down 13 points. But our scoreboard has. Here's the snap. 3 receivers line up on the left side. Tate Williams is going to be looking over. He throws it to his receiver on the right side. He's going to pick up the 1st down. And so impressive progression. Actually, it looks like Tate knew exactly who he was going to throw it to before the snap. He didn't even make his read. He automatically just threw it to the receiver on the right side. But good choice, right?
And sometimes that's just what works best. And in that case, the last 2 plays, Tate Williams went back to his boy Brian Reeves and has had 2 straight catches, 1 first down, and Milton, best field position of the half this far. 26 seconds left in the second quarter. Doubles to the left and right. Williams will take the snap, going to hand it off. And no, he will not faked me out, faked everybody out, but will not fake the Patriot defense out. Tylon Lee with the stop as the clock is officially under 10 seconds. Ball will be spotted at the 39-yard line of Milton.
So I'm assuming that Tate Williams must be the brother of Emory Williams, who was the quarterback last year, and they definitely look like they have similar styles in the way they play and ability, and so interesting. Surprised to have him at quarterback tonight, and to learn that there is, that the future might be bright, the quarterback spot for Milton moving forward. But all pace so far. That is the end of the third quarter. We got one left, folks. Don't go anywhere. 13-0. Milton marching a little bit. We'll see what happens. You're listening to Pace Patriot Football. All right, we're back here live at Haywood Hanna Panther Stadium, 13-0. Patriots on top. And their half of varsity football JV score. We don't have that on the screen, but it was 14-0. And so just like that, Pace, of course, dominating all night on offense and defense here in the Spring Classic. But Milton, we flipped the field around. 4 receivers lined up, doubles we call it. Tate Williams is going to throw to his receiver on the right side. Got a little bit of running room, and they're going to pick up on that play. That was first down. That was second down. What do you say, about 6 yards, Brad?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, looks like about 6 yards. Great eye by you. And first play of the fourth and final quarter of tonight's game. Tate Williams, once again, let's give him his flowers. He's been going through his progressions, been making the correct reads on a lot of his pass plays tonight, and that's something that we just did not see from the quarterback position last season for Milton. As doubles to the left and right, once again, Williams going to drop back and throw it in a dangerous zone, and it will be batted down. Pace falls on it, expecting it to be a fumble, but it looks like it will just be an incompletion on the play.
All right, so it's going to be fourth down, and maybe we'll call it fourth down and 5. It's going to be close, but if you're Milton, down 2 scores, do you go for it here? Do you punt it? What do you think?
Once again, knowing Kelly Gillis and Kenny Gillis, I'm sure Milton will punt it here, as it looks like they do with their 2 players coming out onto the field. But in my opinion, if I was down on the sideline, I would go for it here. Down by 13, you still have time to come back, but playing conservative, nothing wrong with that.
Now, what's the rule book here? Is a fake possible? Could they run a fake?
I don't think they can. We haven't seen one yet tonight, as Milton does in the punt, end over end punt. It'll take a couple bounces before Zachary Widener lets it roll out of bounds at about the 22-yard line.
I'd have to see the official rule book there. I might have advised my punter just to take off and start running.
It would be interesting to see a fake with just 4 players on the field, to be honest.
But obviously, we have no picture. This is just an audio broadcast, but just to kind of paint a picture, there's 4 people on the field for the punts tonight, and so you got a long snapper and a punter for Milton, and you got two players receiving the ball on the Patriot end, and so that was kind of unorthodox. We don't see that normally, but Pace will come out for their third drive of the night.
Going to put more in motion. Simmons going to hand off the tag. Strickenberger for his first carry of the second half. Going to get a nice run. Going to be a gain of 13 and a Patriot first down to about the 32-yard line.
Well, Strickenberger had a big JV first half. Got to play a little bit in the first part, so he's definitely showing what he can do here too. 11 minutes and 16 seconds left the fourth quarter of action. 13-0. Pace on top.
Simmons will break the huddle with Strickenberger in the backfield. They'll have more left. Two tight ends to the right. Strickenberger will take the carry once again. Will evade a first wave of tacklers. Will be tackled by the second line of Panthers. Will be stopped at the line of scrimmage. Will bring up 2nd and 10.
It's going to bring up 2nd down and 9 for the Pace Patriots.
Skipworth on the right. Widener going to come in motion. Nash Pyre is going to get the carry, his first of the night, and will get a solid gain. Going to continue to break a couple tackles before he's wrestled down at about the 43-yard line. Initially, we thought that play was over about 10 seconds ago before Nash Pyres used his strength and got that dog in him to get those couple extra yards.
Of course, a little extracurricular activity. It looks like definitely some words going on down there. Is this a rivalry game? I don't know.
Oh man, you can feel the tension for sure. Maybe not as much tension as there was last year in October for the Battle of the Bronze, but still definitely a rivalry between these two teams. Simmons does a couple hard counts before a flag is thrown. Looks like it was a false start on the Patriot offense.
Coach Smith across the field there, you can see not happy about that. What's interesting, even though that it's false. No, it's against the Panthers.
Looks like an offside by Milton. That's going to move. It's going to give Patriots 5 yards and a fresh set of downs.
What's interesting, though, is the Pace offense, no matter what the call was, they were already looking to the sideline for the update for the new play. They're changing the play automatically. It's that fast. It's amazing how football's changed over the past 20 years. It wasn't that way at one time. And so Pace hurries to the line of scrimmage, fresh set of downs, ball officially spotted at the 47-yard line of Pace heading towards the door. Oh, looks like there's going to be a false start against Pace this time. You can see quarterback Nick Simmons lecturing some of his offensive linemen right now.
Definitely not happy with that after getting 5 free yards for the Milton Panthers defense. Just going to give up 5 yards back on the false start play.
I don't know, Brad. If you're Nick Simmons, do you really give a lecture to someone who is 3 inches taller than you and outweighs you by about 70 or 80 pounds?
Man, you really wouldn't think so, but of course with Nick Simmons' speed, you can just outrun them. So to be completely honest, but regardless, Simmons will break the huddle. First down at 10. Simmons going to put Jaquavian Moore in motion, going to take the snap, going to fake the Strickenberger, and yet another flag flies. That's the 3rd in a row if you're counting at home.
So this one is going to be against the Pace Patriots too. Let's see what the call is. A false start against the Patriots. That's going to back them up. I guess the positive is we don't lose a down on that. Still first down. First down and 20 now.
You'll take it. First down and 20 or 3rd down and 10. You choose.
All right, so, but, given the explosive offense that we've had so far tonight, I think that Pace could make that up easily.
Mm-hmm. Simmons going to take the snap, going to look, going to throw the ball here, going to roll out to his left, though. Does not throw it, going to run. Going to get an excellent gain near the first down marker. Definitely gets back to the initial line of scrimmage before getting to about midfield for a gain of 14 yards.
Wow, now think about that for a second. It was first down and 20, and he got 15 yards in that play. So now it's 2nd down and 5. That's manageable, I would say.
It is extremely manageable, and that's what happens when you have one of the best running quarterbacks in the league. Still becoming a true dual-threat quarterback with his limited passing ability, but as we've seen, that just continues to grow as of every other areas of Simmons' game. Simmons bunch set for the Patriots. Simmons going to fake the pass, going to hand it off to Tyner. Tyner going to make a nice jump cut to the right side before he is tripped down at the 40-yard line of Milton, but will get another first down.
Tyner showing his talent there and definitely has that footwork. And I'll tell you, I don't know if you got a chance this fall to watch Tyner on the hardwood playing basketball. He's a multi-sport guy, and it shows definitely an athlete all the way around. He's definitely having a good time tonight. And so Nick Simmons is going to hand it off to Tyner again, but this time he'll be met by a host of Panthers at the line of scrimmage, and they're going to say that he made it to the line of scrimmage, and that was it. And a second down and 10 for the Pace Patriots. 8 minutes left here, folks, in the fourth quarter of action. And I'd like to welcome some of our international guests. We have the Smith family listening to us from Darmstadt, Germany. And so I'd like to thank them for listening tonight to Pace Patriot Football. And
Tyner going to move up. Going to hand it off to Widener on the end around. Simmons going to give a nice block. Widener across, going to break a couple tackles before being tackled at about the 27-yard line of Milton, which will bring another first down for the Patriots. 7 minutes and 27 seconds left on the game clock.
Widener was met by a Milton defender in the backfield and was able to spin out and make. I mean, that's when you really have those skilled players making something out of nothing, Brad, and able to get the first down. So ball spotted officially at the 27-yard line of Milton. Pace Patriots marching towards that north end zone, towards Raymond Hobbs Street, and hoping to put another one in here in the fourth quarter. Simmons with the snap, hands it off to Tyner around the right side. Tyner will be met in the middle there, in the trenches, unable to get anything out of that. Looks like at this point in the game, the Pace Patriots having a lot of success on the perimeter. Up the middle, the Milton Panthers have been doing a good job. The defensive line shutting down the inside run.
Widener will come out and go onto the Pace Patriots sideline, where Simmons will break the huddle. Nash Pyers enters the game for the Patriots. He'll line up on the right side along with Joseph Skipworth. In the backfield is Strickenberger and Ben Tyner. Going to fake the handoff to Tyner. Simmons going to run up the middle, going to make an excellent spin. Call it the spin cycle if you want, to get to the 25-yard line.
So the spin adds a few yards, so 3rd down and 7 for the Pace Patriots. And, of course, we're getting, into that, towards that red zone. And the field is definitely going to narrow as you head down that way. And so we'll see what Coach Smith wants to do here. Again, in the spring game, typically not going to show a lot. Just your base plays. That's kind of what we've seen tonight from the Pace offense. Nothing really new, but here's the snap. Simmons is going to keep the ball up the middle, and he's going to fall forward after a gain. And that's going to bring up 4th down, and we'll call it 5. So probably no need to punt here unless you really want to pin the Panthers back on the goal line.
No, and Widener will sub back in for Pyers here, but it's an interesting predicament for Coach Kent Smith and Vance Smith, just because of the fact that Reese Griffith is no longer there. Do you have faith in your kicker to be able to hit it from this far out? And it looks like no, as Simmons will break the offensive huddle. One receiver to the left and right, Strickenberger and Tyner in the backfield.
It looks like Simmons tried to get the Milton Panthers to jump off sides. They went to a count. Now they call timeout. That's typical. Very normal strategy. Maybe try to draw them off sides. And so they're going to take a timeout. Coach Smith wants to talk this one over. We'll take a timeout. Don't go in there, folks. Let's see if the Patriots can do it again and put more points on the board. And we're back here live, Haywood Hanna Panther Stadium. Currently 13-0. Varsity action in the varsity half. Patriots on top with 4 minutes, 56 seconds left here in the last final fourth quarter. Simmons with the snap. He's going to throw it down to his left side, and he connects with Was that Nash Pyers?
Zachary
Was
Widener
it
with
Widener?
the
Okay.
catch. I don't know if they're going to give him enough for the first down. Looks like the referees are talking it over on the Pace sideline.
And it looks like the Pace offense is, nope, that's going to be Milton ball. So Milton stops the Pace Patriots on downs there, and it was close. And so now Milton with an opportunity to score here and take a stab at the lead.
Of course, turning the ball over to Milton on that last play is disappointing, but it was very impressive to see Nick Simmons hit Widener perfectly timed on that out route right there. Regardless, not enough for the first down, but still, once again, we keep seeing that maturity from Simmons with his arm strength, with his accuracy and precision, and that may be the key difference between Pace with another first-round exit and a deep run in the playoffs this coming season.
Oh, and so many weapons that the Pace Patriots have on offense. And also the young guys that are coming up that will be sophomores next year, a few names that we've seen tonight. I think they're in good hands. But here at the game currently, if you're Milton, not time to pack up yet. It looks like the faithful are staying put in the stadium here because just one quick score away. And then, of course, with almost 5 minutes left in the game, potentially Milton could get the ball back and win this if they could get some true field goals behind them, the scores.
Yeah, and I'm sure this Milton Panther fan base has missed football for a while. Not a great season last year, 3-7 overall, 1-3 in the district, but things could be turning up. We just never know. It's still way too early to tell, as Williams is in the backfield, 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Gonna hand it off to number 20, Caden Barnes, who will get a nice run of about 3 to 4 yards on the play.
Milton came out with 3 receivers lined up on the left side. You can see some of the fans over here looking for a pass. It's going to bring up 2nd down and 7 for the Panthers. Ball officially spotted at the 21-yard line. 4:20 left, running clock. Okay, doubles. 2 receivers lined up on each side. Shotgun formation. Tate Williams. He's got a running back on his right side. He's going to get the snap, drops back. And he's going to be tackled by a host of Patriots. He's got no time to make his progression, and he'll be sacked way back at the 10-yard line. Actually, they're going to say his knee was down at the 12-yard line, Brad. And so big loss for the Milton Panthers trying to do something and make a big play happen. And so that's 3rd down, and we'll call it, about 3rd down and 18 here after that loss. And so 3 minutes and 38 seconds. If you're Milton, do you take a stab at a big play and then maybe just punt it down the road?
I would, but once again, huge play by number 42, Jackson Ward on the play. Showed blitz. Patriots brought 6, opposed to Milton's 5 offensive linemen, and it certainly worked as Ward got home.
They send the
Williams
blitz
drops
again.
back. Again, evade pressure, not before he loses the ball as he tries to throw it, and the Panthers will pounce on the ball before the Patriots recover, but it is in dangerously deep territory for the Patriots, bringing up 4th down and forever.
That fumble on the play, the ball, the Milton Panther, the offensive lineman, sorry I don't have the number, but he was able to get on the ball at the 4-yard line. And so 4th down from the 4-yard line, the Panthers will punt from that location. And what's interesting now is you have this long snapper going out. You have the punter, number 88. He's going to have to punt from the heels of his own end zone. And so it'll be interesting to see. Now, suppose he didn't connect. Suppose that he snapped it over his head. Would they just add a safety to that?
It would be a safety, yep. Grant Wise will take the snap, though. Will punt it. End over end punt, one of his best of the night, and that will get to about the 39-yard line of Pace. Good enough for about a 45 to 50-yard punt from Wise.
All right, so the best field position that the Patriots have had to start a drive tonight.
2 minutes and 28 seconds remaining in the 4th and final quarter of tonight's action. Pace does lead Milton 13-0 in this half, but lead overall 27-0 throughout the entirety of the game, as Simmons will bring out the offense for likely the final offensive drive for the Patriots tonight. Simmons in the backfield with Ben Tyner, Nathaniel Lyons out to the right, Zachary Widener out to the left, Strigenberger up as the fullback. Going to put Lyons in motion, going to fake the Lions. Simmons going to throw it deep down the field, and it looks like it was caught by number 22, Jaquavian Moore, and he is in for a touchdown. Nick Simmons, how do you do? His first touchdown
Wow.
pass of the game, and it couldn't have come at a better time for Pace.
Wow, actually, I'm going to say it was Tyner that was on the reception.
Excellent play by Ben Tyner. Amazing job to be able to get past his assignment as blocking and be able to cut up the rest of the field and be able to secure that touchdown. Big play, 47-yard touchdown pass of Simmons to Tyner.
So that makes it 19-0 Pace after that score. The Cardiac Kids making the magic happen tonight. And here comes the extra point. Of course, we missed the last extra point attempt. Let's see what happens here.
Caleb Wilson will not get through. Excellent. 2 of 3 on the night for Pace, and that will make it a 20-0 game for Pace. 2 minutes and 20 seconds remaining as Milton will be set to come out on offense once again.
So the JV, what was the JV score? 14-0. Is that right?
It was, yep.
So 14-0. So interesting. So we go back to Pace with a 34-0 win.
And let's see. Just over 2 minutes left, Milton. Still one more drive, and then we'll see what Williams can do. Battered and bruised, but I'm sure they still have plenty of motivation.
Yeah, don't count Milton out just yet. They definitely they're going to play all the way to the end, and definitely would love to put some points on the board because you a little bit of motivation. And, these players are going to work out at Milton. They're going to work out every day this summer in anticipation of the fall. They have a football program up here at Milton, and this might just serve as some motivation for them after what happened tonight. So here's the snap. Tate's going to hand the ball up the middle, and running back's going to carry for a few yards. They're going to say he was able to gain 2. So 2nd down and 8. Ball officially spotted at the 33-yard line. The 27-yard line of Milton. Milton heading towards that south end zone, towards the baseball field, Park Avenue. And with that, that'll bring up 2nd down and 8. So Tate Williams, here's the snap. He's got 2 receivers on the right, 1 on the left. He's going to hand the ball off to his running back again.
Kanan Burns going to make a nice cut to the left side before he's wrapped around by number 6, Tylon Lee, making a huge play on defense.
Of course, that's what Tylon Lee, they expect to see that. He's done some great things so far in the game tonight and the last year as well. He's one that you'll definitely see on Saturdays in a few years. So 3rd down and 10. They're going to say the running back for Milton did make it back to the original line of scrimmage before he was brought down. It looked like he lost more than that, but we're not looking at it from the ground level. 3rd down and 10.
Officially under 1 minute of action in tonight's game. Pace up 20-0 in this half, up 34-0 overall before a timeout is called by Kelly Gillis and the Panthers. 52.6 seconds remaining.
And I'm going to go ahead on the scoreboard. I'm going to go ahead and add the 14 points from the JV game, so people can kind of see the total points that were scored tonight by both squads. We apologize for that because our feed cut out after the JV game. So officially, the score tonight, 34-0, Pace on top so far with about 52 seconds left.
Play clock resumes once again. Williams will set with the offense. 2 receivers to the left and right. Blitz coming. Williams going to get the ball rid of. Not before it falls incomplete. extremely dangerous throw as number 16 Caleb Curry was right in the proximity of the pass.
So that brings up 4th down for the Milton Panthers, and they are going to call a timeout.
Another injury timeout for Milton. That's their 3rd of the night.
You don't want to see that in a spring game. Looks like it might be a cramp. It's kind of hard to tell from here, but the young man holding his leg, and so perhaps that's the case, and he's actually able to walk off the field on his own power, so that's always a good sign for the young man from Milton. And so, yes, Milton will punt here with 47 seconds, and I think at this point with a 34-0 lead, all in all, if I'm Pace, I think I just catch the ball and maybe down it and head back to Norris Road, call it a night. But we'll see what Coach Smith has in mind.
Wise will take the snap. We'll send the punt. A little wobbly, but still end over end. Widener will take it. We'll down it at about the 47-yard line.
Not sure what Lyons is doing there.
Nathaniel Lyons downing him as if he is a member of the Milton Panthers. They certainly could have used him tonight. But 42.5 seconds remaining in tonight's game, as it looks like Simmons and the offense will come out in victory formation for the remainder of the game.
All right, so the Pace coaches leaving the press box. They've seen enough. So it looks like Pace is going to do just that. The victory formation. Here's the snap by Simmons, and he'll take a knee, and that'll be it. I don't know if we might have time for one more play. Maybe not. Nope. That's going to be it.
And that will be the end of tonight's game. Clock down to 28 seconds, but the game clock, the play clock is at 29. So
what do you think, Brad? All in all, you can see, wow, the Pace football team really excited. And of course, it's a rivalry game. Though it's spring, they're happy to get a victory, and they will come to center field to shake hands with the Milton Panthers.
Looks like Nick Simmons is celebrating once again, and ultimately an excellent game tonight by the Patriot offense. Excellent plays. Kendall Caven, shout out to him with an excellent pick six as the two teams will shake hands now. But this will cap off what was a very successful slate of games during the spring for Pace. Saw a lot of their three-headed monster at quarterback with Billy Dunn, Joey Galino, and Nick Simmons. And we'll see what continues to transpire during the fall. First game will be on 8/25 at 7 p.m. at Choctawee and Fort Walton Beach. Follow that up with a date with St. Martin. Meanwhile, Milton will look to rebound from their 3-7 start last season with their first game against Andalusia on 8/26 at 7:30 p.m. in Milton High School.
So, who do you give the game ball tonight to from Pace?
Well, I don't think there's anybody better to give the game ball to than Nick Simmons. Had an excellent game, and obviously we can talk all we want about his running ability, but I think what was more impressive was just his ability to throw the ball with accuracy and his athleticism. And you guys can't see it at home, but Simmons and the rest of the Patriots are doing an immense amount of backflips.
Nick Simmons, do you think that a player of his caliber, if he were to play at the D1 or even the D2 level in college, do you think that he would be a quarterback, or do you think that they might find someone of his athletic ability and plug him into some sort of a cornerback or a safety position? What do you think?
It's an interesting thought, and another quarterback reminds me of what you're talking about in Taysom Hill, the former gadget guy for the New Orleans Saints. Originally a quarterback, has been used as a tight end, receiver, running back, and cornerback in his time with the Saints, and I think it could be very similar with the Patriots. Not with the Patriots, but I think it could be very similar with Simmons at the NFL level. But for now, I think he's best suited as a quarterback.
I think you're right. I think the game ball does go to Nick Simmons, and even though he had a great season last year, I really think this is his breakout year. I think this is the year that he puts his name on Pace Patriot football, and what I think is really special about it is he's only a junior. And he's got 2 years left. Could you imagine what he's going to be like, in the heart of his senior season? If everything stays as it has been going for him, and I don't see why it wouldn't. But as you can see, the Pace Patriots in the north end zone celebrating there, and they're just happy to come over to Milton, a special place to play. You got to admit, the stadium here, no track, the fans are really close, and it's definitely one of the older programs in the state of Florida. And so you come over anytime you can get a win at Milton. That's a big deal for your program. And of course, Pace being the in-county rival, Coach Smith talking to his players, very happy what we saw, ending a successful spring. But this is where the work really begins, folks. This is where the Pace Patriots will be waking up every morning at 7 a.m. in the summertime and heading up to that field house to do those cleans and the bench press and all the plyometrics and all the conditioning that'll go into building your football program and season. And you got all those 8th graders coming up in the football camps, even the younger kids. And so it's a big machine. It's a big process, I should say, that's going to go into place. And of course, this coaching staff, they have a well-oiled machine. Pace Patriot football is in great hands right now, and I think that we have some big things to come. And Brad, I know you'll be heading off to college in Detroit, but again, as I said before, don't be a stranger. There's always a spot for you in the press box, and it'll be interesting to see what happens to this team as they travel through the season next year and beyond. But with that said, any final thoughts tonight before we head out?
No, to be honest with you, you really nailed it on the head. And Pace, a lot of exciting things coming up with not just a program of football, but academics and other sports as well. Can't wait to see what the future of football holds with the Pace Patriots and Nick Simmons. And as always, thank you for watching. And we will have our live stream of games throughout the 2023 to 2024 season. Hopefully, I will be there for a couple of them. But for now, you will still have Wes on the broadcast, who has done an excellent job this season.
All right. So for along with Brad Smith, this is Wes Meese signing off. It's been great, and we'll see you in the fall. And this was just a taste of things to come, live from Haywood Hanna Panther Stadium in Milton. The Cardiac Kids of Norris Road did it tonight. Final score 34-0. So